Hello everyone, Solus Scientist here again. Before I start, I just want to mention I'm recording this before Battle Plan number 8 is published, so if there are any further details on the subject of this video, they're not known to me at the time of recording. Alright then, so Battleborn's versus matchmaking system is getting a complete overhaul today, so the purpose of this video is to explain what exactly is being done and why. So, from what we learned yesterday, the reasons for these changes boil down to players wanting good matches, but that means different things to different people. However, most definitions fall into one of three categories: being matched as quickly as possible, being matched with and against players of a similar skill level to your own, and being matched in a way that gives you some choice in what you play. Unfortunately, these categories can be mutually exclusive at times. The more boxes that need to be checked, the longer your queue time may be. So, broadly speaking, these changes are intended to give players a choice of what kind of matchmaking experience they want. More on this in a moment. Battleborn uses an elo system, which basically means the matchmaking process assigns you a mode-specific number that represents your performance. That is to say, if you're awesome at Meltdown but not that good at Incursion, the system doesn't look at your Meltdown performance when you queue for Incursion. The more you win, the more that number goes up, the more you lose, the more that number goes down. Within a certain range above and below your elo number, the system looks for players to match you with and against, all the while giving you the best possible connection to the dedicated server. Or more accurately, I should say up until today, all matches went through this process. So one thing to keep in mind while your lobby is being formed is that each player's command rank is not necessarily indicative of their skill in battle. Someone who plays a lot of story missions may have a high command rank, but if their competitive performance is similar to yours, then there's a good chance you'll be placed in the same lobby. So to the players just starting out, don't be afraid if you're matched against a group of 100s. Of course, this advice is now only applicable to skill-based matches. Again, more on this in a moment, I promise. So, starting today, the three individual queues for Capture, Incursion, and Meltdown are going away. In their place, you'll see two new ones: Casual Play and Competitive Play. Intermittently, there will be a third for what is being called Spotlight Battle. Casual Play contains all maps and modes, but does not factor in skill when creating the lobby. Once the lobby is formed, 3 randomly selected maps will be available to vote on, and the one with the most votes wins. So, Casual Play is intended for people who value shorter queue times over choice of map and mode. Competitive Play contains exactly 3 maps, one from each mode, and likely to be the most popular of each, so expect to see a lot of Outback, Overgrowth, and Paradise. When the lobby is formed, players will vote on those 3 maps, and the one with the most votes wins. Unlike Casual, the Competitive Play queue will match you based on skill. So you may have a tough fight and have to wait a bit longer, but you will be rewarded with bonus XP and credits for your troubles. Competitive Play is intended for those who want a challenge, have some choice in what mode they play, and are willing to wait for it. Spotlight Battle is essentially a streamlined queue for Competitive Play. It also matches players based on skill, but only for a specific mode on a specific map, effectively removing the voting process. The map will be changed on a regular basis, and this queue, like Competitive Play, rewards players with bonus XP and credits. So essentially, Spotlight Battle is intended for people who want a challenge, but don't have a preference for what they play. Once you have some experience with the new system, send Gearbox your feedback in the official forums. Help them continue to improve Battleborn 1 week at a time. But before you do that, please be sure to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and a comment down below. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so for more weekly Battleborn content. So until next time, thank you very much for watching.